Kiki says to Adriana that she was talking to Marysol and that she found out that Marysol is the one who came up with the word wretched instead of ratchet. Marysol said, yes, I did that to save your ass. I told you all you had to do was lay off me for 2 years.
She's full of shit, Marysol. Not that I don't think that this happened, but she's an asshole for bringing this up right now.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
Oh, that sounded weird.
Me or you, or both?
Me. I don't know.
I thought you sounded just like you always do.
Okay,
the funny
good.
thing is that Wendy and I went, where did we go? And I said, oh, it sounds like we just introduced ourselves on the podcast. Where
did
were
we go?
we?
We went to the election thing.
Right. And we sat next to this lovely lady, Dolores, and
Yes.
we were introducing ourselves. And after we did, I said, oh, we sounded like we were just starting the podcast.
Yeah, we did. It was funny.
That was funny.
So we are talking about Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode number 17, the season finale. Boy, this season has been something. This one's called Frosty Friendships, whatever. I'm over these names, too.
I know. So I started listening to Reality Court with Anna, the former Real Housewives of Miami. Now, I'm just going to say this. At the end, we're going to talk about the finale and what we think's happening. And I'm just going to say this right now. I thought exactly what Anna said she thought is what happens at the finale. I didn't get this opinion because I listened to Anna. I had this opinion before, but we'll talk about that at the end. But the reason I brought up Anna is because Marysol's Christmas party, Anna explained to her co-host that she did this. She gets people to basically sponsor her parties, like those pajamas, the jewelry. Like she doesn't, I mean, I'm sure she lays out some money for the food and stuff like that, but how great are these parties where you can just go and get all this free stuff? And Marysol, having the PR connection she has, can put them together.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I didn't hear her recap this episode, so I'm curious to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start out with Marysol having a Christmas party, which I thought to myself, well, this is odd because we know that Stephanie's having a Christmas party.
Yeah, and there was no mention of it before the actual party aired.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So when we saw that last week, when we saw the ladies in the pajamas, I actually thought that was Stephanie's party that they had the pajamas on in, but it wasn't. So at Marysol's Christmas party, Alexia is not there because that's the same time that Alexia is having her happy hour at the beauty bar, at her Frankie's beauty bar.
I find this very weird. Except that maybe Anna said this actually. Maybe Alexia planned her happy hour at the beauty bar, and then Marysol decided to have the party, and her vendors, her sponsors, could only do this day. And maybe Anna mentioned that. I can't remember but maybe that's why, because I thought it was very odd that they did this on the same day because they're besties. If they weren't besties, it wouldn't be so odd, but
Alexia just invited them to the beauty bar at the Art Basel the week before.
Yes.
So it's not like this had been planned. I don't know. I just think it's so odd. So
it's very odd.
Marysol's party, Jill Zarin and her daughter are there. Did you see that?
Literally have written down, dear Lord, Jill Zarin's there.
Stephanie, Larsa, Guerdy. Marysol's words were maybe it wasn't Marysol. They have a cornucopia of events all over the property. They have PJs, facials, IVs, jewelry. They have a jewelry claw where you could get like diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah. And then there's this kiosk with like charm bracelets, and Guerdy's over there telling the lady that she doesn't want the crown on there. Take the crown off, and she doesn't want this other thing. And she really was actually being very pushy. And Larsa's like, you're being rude. And she's like, well, I've got to get all the free stuff. There's all these kiosks. I've got to get all my free stuff. And I'm like,
Maybe was she worried like they were going to run out of things and she wasn't going to get everything?
I don't know. I just thought that was
It wasn't a good look.
And I don't see her that way, but
Me neither.
I was surprised to see that. I was
Very
surprised
surprised.
Larsa was schooling her on manners. Larsa, of all people.
I know.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So then Adriana shows up a little bit late and, Marysol's like, oh, let's get your pajamas on. Like, very nice to her. And Adriana says she's very good at throwing events because she gets the best brands to gift her stuff so that she can re-gift them to us.
Right. I wouldn't complain about that.
No, I wouldn't either.
So basically that goes in line with what Anna was saying. Yeah.
Exactly. So Julia, Lisa, and Kiki go to Alexia's event. Now, I wonder why, they chose I guess, I don't know. I feel like they got robbed because she only had manicures and pedicures and, light bites and drinks. I would have way rather been at Marysol's party.
Hopefully Marysol put them together like a little swag bag.
Hopefully.
From her party.
Yeah. So Julie is telling the ladies about this event that she's having with the Florida Grand Opera and the foster care agency that she adopted the boys from, and that she would like them to come to this event. I'm like, okay, this is one episode now. We are having 3 events in one episode.
Actually 4, because then we have Stephanie's party at the end.
Yeah, I wasn't even counting, actually, Alexia's event. I wasn't even counting that as an event. You're right, 4. I wasn't counting Alexia's because it really was just you showed up at her at her salon.
Oh, I wonder if Kiki ever got her answer, if she had to pay for it or if it was
I know, right?
Listen, I would have asked the same thing, Kiki. I want to know what I'm going into. I'm that bitch that looks at the menu before I go to the restaurant. I want to know how much I'm spending and what are my options.
Yeah, listen, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So, she invites them to the event, and then one of Alexia's friends is there. I can't remember his name, but he was at the dinner.
Johnny.
Is that what his name was, Johnny?
I think it's Johnny.
And he was talking to Peter and about, what's going on with Alexia and how she's doing. He's like, listen, I don't even know what's going on. She doesn't tell me. I find out the day before page 6. I don't know what's going on. And she comes over and she's like, I don't want to hurt you guys. I don't want to get you caught in the middle. And Peter says, listen, it's not fair to Frankie. I don't want him around Frankie. That's disrespectful to him. And Alexia's like, well, that's why we're not together yet. We have to work these things out. There's a lot of steps to go through in the process. And then a producer asks Alexia if Todd has ever apologized to you or the boys about the way he left. And Alexia pauses and she's like, no.
I don't think Todd really owes Peter an apology personally. However, if Frankie truly was there, if that is true, because...
right.
I don't know if I 100% believe that that's what happened. But if Frankie were there witnessing the whole thing, sitting on a couch, as Alexia has us to believe, he does owe Frankie an apology. If they were to reconcile, he does owe Frankie an apology.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But after Todd's video, we don't even know.
I don't know if it's true. I just don't know if it's true.
I know. I don't know either.
But it would be a pretty shitty thing for her to say that if it weren't true. You know what I'm saying? That would be a pretty shitty thing for her to lie about.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Guerdy sits down with Adriana and asks her how things are going with Julia. Guerdy says to Adriana, you've been nothing but good to me. I don't know where that came from.
She said you've been a stellar friend to Julia.
To Julia.
You've been a stellar friend to
Julia.
Okay.
To Julia. Okay. She's like, when I saw what happened at Art Basel, that she was protecting Kiki and not you, I thought, what's up with that? I don't know. I'm just like, Adriana says that she feels used by Julia. All right. The next we see Adriana thanks all the ladies at Marysol's for coming to her art event. And Adriana said, the problem that I have is with Kiki. She makes this joke about my age. Julia's talking to Kiki at Alexia's event, and they say that that Julia tells Kiki that she ran after her when she left at the Art Basel, and she couldn't find her. And she actually did get in the Amazon truck. Remember we said that?
I'm telling you, I knew she got in the Amazon truck. She was like, give me a ride.
I know.
I mean, what a guy's going to... Look at Kiki. You're going to say no if Kiki asks you for a ride? I'm going to give Kiki a ride if she asks me for a ride.
Me
for
too.
Crying out loud. She's stunning.
Me too. Me too. I almost fell over when she said that. I got in the Amazon truck. I had to get out of here. I was like, I really thought there was a producer back there. I was like, there's no way she got in the Amazon truck.
Leave it.
So Julia said, I don't understand why you left. She's like, well, because she called me a racist. And, I never said that. I didn't say anything about that. I didn't want to get involved in that. And I don't blame her.
I'll tell you what. If we don't see proof of Kiki calling Adriana a racist and Adriana made this up, I'm going to be so fucking angry. And it's because Real Housewives is a guilty pleasure. I watch this for entertainment purposes. I watch it to escape from my real life. There is so much divide in our country right now. There are so many awful things going on in our country right now. To falsely say that somebody called you a racist if it weren't true, that's it for me. I'm done with you. I'll be done with Adriana. I don't think Kiki said it.
I mean, I don't know why she would.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know why she would.
And this is like that's where I draw the line. Like, there's just too much real shit going on in our country that is so upsetting. This is I watch this to escape from that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We don't need this kind of divide.
Not on Real Housewives.
No. So then Stephanie brings up that Adriana's, kind of collaborating at her party because she's singing there, and Kiki's got her drink there, and she's a little concerned about like what the vibes are going to be between her and Julia, which I cannot totally understand. And she's like, no, I don't want to bring any negativity to the event. I'll be fine with Julia.
Yeah, I mean, because Guerdy says like Adriana's reactive. I'm reactive. Like, I get it. Well, she proves that.
Yeah, she does. Yes, she does. But before that happens, we go to Julia's opera and night in foster care event. And the only ones that are there are Kiki, Marysol, and Alexia. Nobody else is there.
So Lisa so didn't she invite them at Alexia's happy hour? So Lisa was there.
No, Lisa wasn't there, was she?
Well, Lisa was at Alexia's because she was telling her son to get a manicure and he wouldn't.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but she wasn't at the opera thing.
That's right. She wasn't at the opera thing.
Okay.
She wasn't at the opera thing. Yeah. Listen, I understand why Adriana wasn't there. It was the night before her performance and she had a rehearsal scheduled.
I completely agree. Like she had a rehearsal with other musicians.
12. 12 other musicians.
I mean, I can't imagine how difficult that was to schedule. So, yeah, sorry, you just threw this together.
Yeah. I don't get that. I don't get why she was so upset about that. I don't understand that whole thing.
You're not in a good place.
And why wasn't Stephanie there? Why wasn't Stephanie there?
Right.
And why wasn't Larsa?
And Alexia says she doesn't think Adriana's trying at all.
Like they were making problems about this whole thing.
Absolutely. And I think Alexia and Marysol have been doing this the whole season. And kind of Kiki.
And Kiki. Yeah. Kiki's right there doing it, stirring that pot.
I did like that Julia mentioned that there are 120,000 kids in our country that need homes. Our country.
Yes.
120,000 kids.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is. I was glad that she even said it wasn't a fundraiser. It was just to raise attention.
Raise awareness.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And then we saw her sing. She sang Carmen with another famous opera singer. I don't know who that other woman was that was singing with her.
No, me neither. And I got to tell you, I worked with, did it come up yet that she's only been doing this for a year? Julia? She hasn't been doing this that long.
No, she started doing it for Martina's birthday.
Yes. So when I worked at ETS, I worked with this young girl, Kristen, and she was a classical music singer, opera singer, and she had a beautiful voice. She showed me videos. She had been doing this since she was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just learn how to do this in a year. I mean, I guess you can, but
if you have the talent, you have the talent.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess it comes up later. I don't know why I brought it up here.
Okay. It does come up later?
I thought it comes up between her and Adriana.
I must have missed that. So that was pretty much it at that party. The next is the day of Stephanie's party. She had a red carpet at the Shoma Bazaar. There was Santa. There was fake snow. I mean, it looked like a fabulous event.
I'm going to say this. Aside from Beverly Hills, I think Miami sets quite a bar with the parties.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the location because Miami's a beautiful place and clearly they're wealthy and they're going to beautiful places. I like the parties in Miami.
Yeah, no, I do too. No, this was it looked like a beautiful party.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki arrives with her dad. I thought it was odd Masood was not there. He had a business dinner. What?
Very odd. Well, listen to Anna. Listen to Anna, and there's a theory why he wasn't there.
Okay. Well, what?
I don't
Tell
want to
me.
say it.
Tell me.
Okay. Somebody sent her a video. An ex-employee of Shoma sent her a video of that evening. And this is all alleged. This is all alleged. But basically, the video shows a man walking through the crowd, and he goes up to Stephanie and he hands her something. And that is supposedly, allegedly, when she got served with the lawsuits. There are lawsuits out there by employees. There was a class action, I believe. This is all alleged class action lawsuit by ex-employees who were saying that they weren't getting their tips. Their tips were being withheld. Their tips were being stolen, I guess. And then there was another one. I forget what the other one was. The class action was settled, and then the other one was parsoned off into individual claims. But supposedly, Masood was not at the party, allegedly, because he knew this was coming, so he wouldn't be served.
That's crazy.
It's just a theory because and Anna says on her podcast, like, this video proves nothing.
Right.
It's basically just a man walking up to Stephanie. It really proves nothing.
Right.
But the ex-employee who sent it to her gave her that background.
Right. That is interesting. That is interesting. So Lisa and Jody are there. Guerdy's there. Russell wasn't there, though. Larsa.
No, he wasn't.
Right? No Russell. Larsa was there. Stephanie's parents are there. Kiki pulls Adriana aside and says, I want to apologize to you. And they both agree to move forward. I'm like, okay, good. We're going to be good.
And Kiki says, I never said you were a racist. And Adriana this is what I didn't like. Adriana just blows it off.
Yeah, she
like,
did.
Kiki's like, I never called you a racist. And she just blows it off. So that leads me to believe that she was lying about it.
Yeah. No,
And you exploited your other black friend, by the way, by bringing her to that party last week saying, tell her I'm not a racist. Tell her I'm not a racist. You're exploiting your friend of color by doing that.
Yeah. Then 30 minutes later, we see Kiki says to Adriana, we missed you at Julia's event. Adriana said, well, I couldn't reschedule the 12 other musicians that I was practicing with. And she just told me about it the night before. Like, it's not like I knew about it. And then Marysol jumps in.
In a good place.
Right.
They weren't in a good place.
Marysol jumps in and is like, well, she was really hurt. Okay. I mean, like, why? Like, why did they have to? I don't understand that. I don't understand why Marysol and Kiki had to go attack Adriana about this at this time.
It's between Adriana and Julia.
Yeah. Why did they have to do that? And the other thing Adriana says is, like, I didn't even know she was singing. Like, she never told me she was singing.
That's why I'm bringing this up. Right. She just, because this is just something she just started, like, as a hobby, I guess,
Well, she started it to sing for Martina.
For Martina.
Right. I don't know. I just think it's odd. I think it's odd that Kiki and Marysol feel like they need to be in the middle of this argument.
Julia's spokesperson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marysol's like, I don't care that she's upset. That's your best friend. What? Like, again, why are you getting involved? Like,
right.
This has nothing to do with you.
Right. Right. And then Alexia and Julia show up together.
Yep. Stephanie calls all the people to the next room for the performance for Adriana. And they all get over there, and Adriana's not on the stage. I didn't know
what was the problem.
I don't know what was going on there.
No,
I don't know why. They didn't really make it clear why she was 30 minutes late to get on the stage, right?
She was like, they have to back up. They have to back up. The lighting, this. Maybe she was, like, nervous. Maybe she had anxiety over it and, was just acting out.
I don't know. I thought it had something to do with, like, the piano, because she mentioned something about the piano wasn't in the right place. I don't know. I thought,
that too. Yeah. It was all, like, weird. It was all like a delay tactic.
Yeah, I don't know what that whole thing was about. But she did finally get out there, and then she sang 2 songs, and the ladies were dancing. They all looked like they were having a great time.
I do love that song, Fire.
I didn't really think
Very
her performance,
catchy.
I didn't think her performance was that great. I mean, in the past, I thought she was good. I didn't think she sounded that good. That was just my opinion.
she's very listen, I'm the worst dancer. So just to, you know, preface, she she doesn't move very smoothly when she dances. She's like a little stiff. And I think that when you're on like you need stage presence. You need to be able to this is why I'll never be a rock star. My other talents will not overcome the fact that I can't dance to save my life.
Okay.
But yeah, like it just she doesn't she just seems like a little stiff and it just throws me off when I watch her. Although when they were on that yacht filming that video, she looked good.
I
I
thought
don't
she
know,
looked
maybe
good.
she was just nervous.
It could be. It could be. But then she sits down and she starts playing the piano a little bit. And then she starts singing the song, I Love My Dog.
To Beethoven.
I was like, what? And everyone's like, wait, I love my dog. I didn't even know she had a dog. Did anyone know she had a dog?
I I didn't either. It was so random, but it's actually a song, right? Like she said on Watch What Happens Live, like the single dropped or something.
Yeah, it just dropped that night. I'm
I mean,
like,
did she
this
get the
is.
rights to use Beethoven's like
I think so. I think that stuff is so old. It's those copyrights,
mm,
they expire.
interesting.
Yeah. So that was interesting. But the ladies all tell Adriana that, she did a good job. And then Julia pulls Adriana aside and says, I want to congratulate my bestie. Which I'm like, oh, okay. But then she asks her, like, why she wasn't at her event. And Adriana was like, I didn't even know you were singing. Like, you haven't even talked to me. Like, why would I be there? Like, what's going on? They're literally
Adriana
yelling.
said Julia doesn't care about her craft.
Yeah. I know. I know. They're yelling and screaming in the middle of this party.
Yeah.
The mask is off. You're toxic. Julia says, shame on you. Adriana is shame on you for not respecting my lifetime dream. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's like she's jealous of her singing. And she said in her confessional that Adriana said that Julia was engaged 9 times until she landed the tennis pro.
Yeah, she did say that.
Yikes.
And then Adriana brought it up again. Did you even know that I had a 12-piece band? All right, Adriana. Everybody knows there was a 12-piece band there. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And then Julia's like, you haven't even checked on my children. And Adriana goes, well, I'm not their godmother. Maybe that's what it has to do with. Maybe she's still bent out of shape that she's
Well,
not.
yeah. I mean, we saw it in the first episode when she and Alexia showed up at the farm. And Alexia was like, "Oh, I'm going to be the godmother," like as a joke. But you could tell Adriana was pissed.
Well, because it seemed like Alexia had met those kids already, where Adriana was just
Yes.
meeting them for the first time.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Yes.
And Adriana said to Julia, you found your tribe here. I brought you here and I gave you all your moments. You're a user. Like, what was that about?
She says that she used her to get into the group, and now she's dropping her as a friend. Like, she used her to get onto the show, basically, which, I mean, Adriana, you're a friend of. So, I mean, how much pull do you have? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that that's true. I don't.
I don't think it's true either.
Then Adriana goes and sits down with Lisa and Guerdy. And then Julia says, what people don't know is that in public, she's like so nice to me, but in private, she would like yell at me and shame me. I don't know. I can't see that.
Well, the thing is if that were true, then why would Martina be so nice to Adriana up until this point? If you knew somebody was treating your partner like that, why would you be kind to them? And I don't know. If Eric
Right.
knew somebody was treating me like that behind closed doors and then out in public, Eric would not acknowledge them at all. He wouldn't be a dick. He wouldn't start any
Right.
problems. He just wouldn't acknowledge them.
No, that's a very good point because Martina never had a problem with Adriana until this
No,
season. Like
until this season.
we never saw anything until this season. I don't know. And then Stephanie announces the new signature cocktail at Shoma Bazaar. It's called the Kiki Courage, and all the proceeds go to the Haitian Health Foundation.
That's
I thought
really awesome, though.
that is awesome. I didn't realize that the Shoma Bazaar is actually like a restaurant where they serve these drinks all the time. I thought it was just for this party. I didn't understand
No.
that.
So what I learned on Anna's podcast as well is that Shoma Bazaar is like they have like little areas, different eateries, different places to get a drink, like upscale, like an
Mhm.
upscale, like, like food court, but like very upscale.
Okay.
So, yeah, so they should make a decent amount of money on that. And then it all goes to Haiti. I think that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I would like to go to Miami now and go try the We should do
I
that.
know. We should do that.
Okay.
We should just do like a long weekend.
I'm in.
I know. I'm always the problem getting me to go away. Lori and Wendy are like, my bags are packed and they're in the car.
Yep. We're ready to
I'm
go.
the pro.
Okay. Then Kiki says to Adriana that she was talking to Marysol and that she found out that Marysol is the one who came up with the word wretched instead of ratchet. Marysol said, "Yes, I did that to save your ass. I told you all you had to do was lay off me for 2 years." I mean, why do you say 2 years? Like, where do you come up with that number?
She's full of shit, Marysol. Not that I don't think that this happened, but she's an asshole for bringing this up right now. This is like terrible.
Yeah.
So you pretended to be Adriana's friend. You came up with a scheme because you're a schemer. And now you basically did it so that you could throw it back in her face and make her look like a fraud in front of everybody.
Yeah. It was so I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yep.
And then
But then
Marysol
Adriana turns around and starts calling her old and starts like you're
she calls her
doing
wretched again. Right.
yeah, and you're doing what you are so upset about Kiki doing. Like that's what you're doing. Like what are you doing?
Yeah. I know. It makes no sense because she did. She called her wretched. She said, "You're old. You're wretched. Looks like you're going to a funeral." And then Marysol said, "Well, looks like you're going figure skating or ice skating." I mean,
Well, that dress really did. Yeah, that dress.
I mean, and she did look like she was going. I mean, they weren't wrong. They both were right, actually.
Marysol, well, I'm not going to say it.
What were we going to say? Say it.
Nope, because it's about her physical appearance and I'm not doing it.
Nope,
Yep.
don't do it then. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So they're bickering, and then Stephanie's like, "This is about the holidays and giving back and gifts." And all of a sudden, the ladies start chanting, "Gifts, gifts." Now we're going to stop this fighting?
Now we're all happy as clams again.
And then they go and they get their gifts, and they're all excited about their gifts.
They got the Anastasia makeup, those lucky bitches.
I know. And those gifts look very nice.
They look good. They look like good gifts.
They really did. They really did. And basically, that's kind of how it ended, right? They got their gifts, and that was it.
Yeah, that's how it ended. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? You think it was a good finale?
No, I thought it
finale
sucked.
worthy. Yeah, I don't think it was finale worthy.
No,
And listen, I'm not here for the big, I don't know. I didn't think it was like a finale. I thought it was like a cliffhanger episode, right?
I didn't think it was a good finale. First of all, you cannot have 4 events in one episode and call it a finale,
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in.
right?
Yeah. So here's my theory on the reunion, because we see that Julia says to Andy what you don't know and Adriana does. I think that Julia and Adriana were in a sexual relationship at one point, with or without Martina. I think that Julia and Adriana at some point were involved intimately.
Why? I don't think that. Because of that?
I thought it. I swear I thought it. And then Anna said the same thing.
What do you think is in the box?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know what's in the box. I don't know what that could have to do with anything. But I think that might be what's going on. Or they had a threesome, or just maybe one evening to get like something. I think something happened with them being intimate with each other.
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't get that vibe. I don't know I really don't know what it is. I don't know what the big secret is. I mean, I've heard a couple, theories on it, and I don't think any of them are plausible. Like
Maybe Julia had an affair on Martina and Adriana knew. I mean, remember this? I think it was last season. Larsa was like, I heard you were kissing men in a bar the other night.
Well,
Julia's a very flirty person also. Adriana's a very flirty person.
That's true. They are flirty. I don't know.
Something, I had that feeling, and then I heard it on Anna's pod, and I was like, damn it. My third eye was open. All right. But we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the reunion.
I am too. So on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked Adriana, one of the audience members, "Why did you call Marysol old and wretched?" And Adriana said, "Well, she attacked her first, so she had to defend herself." What?
Yeah, but you're a hypocrite because you're defending her against something that you were so upset that somebody else did to you. That's a hypocrite.
Yeah. And then one of the other questions was, will Adriana and Julia repair their best friendship? 98% of the people said no. So I mean, that's huge.
Listen, we just saw Julia at the reality awards with Marysol and Alexia, and she was as much up their ass as she has been this entire season.
That's true.
I mean, she looks like she's starstruck when she's around them. She looks like she's in awe of them.
Speaking of that, the reality awards, did you see what happened at the after party with Jackie Goldschneider and Jen Fessler?
Yeah, but yes, and come on. Don't you think Jackie is just saying this because she wants to, just like Sheena, she wants to create some fake beef between her and Jen Fessler to see if it'll get her back on the show? Jen Fessler is probably still going to be a friend of. I don't think they're going to make her a housewife. Quite honestly, I think that they want to go younger, but keep some. I mean, Margaret's Margaret. She's not going anywhere. But I think they're going to keep Jen Fessler as a friend. I think Jackie is done, and I think Jackie's doing this to see if it'll get her back on the show. That bitch is fame hungry because we know she doesn't need the money.
Well, from what I was listening to Danny and Evan from Page 6 on their podcast, I think that she was drunk. I think Jackie was drunk and just was like going after Jen, like,
Right, to create some kind of buzz around her, to maybe get some attention from producers.
I guess I don't know. I don't think that way. You think that way. I don't think that way.
Yeah, I always think
I
that
know.
way. I think Jackie is done. She backstepped herself right out of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
That was
You
so
picked the
funny.
wrong side. You were on the wrong side of history last season on Real Housewives of New Jersey, Jackie.
Yes, she was.
You picked the wrong team, girl.
Another question was, will Alexia and Todd be back together by the next season of Real Housewives of Miami? No, 88%.
I think after that video he released, I think it's pretty cemented that there's no reconciliation. I feel bad for Alexia. I do think that she really loved him, and I think he really loved her too. I think the show came between them.
Yeah, that's very possible. Very possible. Best dresses at the reunion, not counting Adriana because she was there. Kiki won by 46%, and then Guerdy was 18, and I hated Guerdy's. And then
I didn't like
Alexia
Guerdy's either.
at 11%. Nobody picked.
Did like Alexia's dress. I just thought it looked ridiculous with her
I didn't like
breasts.
the color. I didn't like the color.
I mean, but her breasts were just, they're just overflowing out of the dress. It's not attractive. It looks painful. As somebody with big boobs, it looks excruciatingly painful. Although I will say if hers are implants, I don't know if she has fake boobs or not, but if she does, maybe it's not as painful as having natural breasts. You know what I mean?
Possible. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just looks so painful. Like that one reunion of Atlanta. Felt bad for all of them. That was horrible.
I know. They were all overflowing, every one of them.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, so then some of the questions Andy asked Adriana about the reunion. Who cried the most at the reunion? She said Marysol. Who made you laugh the most? She said Guerdy. Who was the most unnecessarily dramatic? She said Julia. Who brought the most receipts? She said Guerdy.
That was interesting.
Well, I think I can only assume she's talking about the receipts of the cruise, right?
Okay. So that's what Anna said. Maybe there's something in the box
about the cruise
and Captain Sandy, because right? Didn't somebody say? Was it Adriana that said that Julia didn't want Guerdy at that dinner because she was trying to hook up with Captain Sandy?
Yeah. So maybe wait and see.
I know. I've never been so interested in a reunion before, though.
Who brought the most shade? Marysol. Who had the toughest time moving on from an argument? Marysol. Who do you feel like you had in your corner? She said Guerdy and Lisa. Who gave first-timer Stephanie a run for her money? She said Alexia.
Knew that was.
I still don't understand why Stephanie was in the first seat.
I don't either. That makes zero sense to me.
Right?
100%.
I don't know what that was all about.
It should have been Lisa and Larsa, quite honestly. Because the majority of the season was between them two. With the fashion show. It should have been Lisa and Larsa. Why does Alexia? It's like putting Tamara in the first seat. Like just because they're the longest running
Yeah,
Who
but
cares?
it was also Guerdy and Julia. I mean, Guerdy and Julia were fighting.
That's right. Or Guerdy and
Julia
Julia.
and Adriana were fighting, like, all
I don't think they're
season.
ever going to put a friend of in the first seat. That's why I'm real curious to see what happens with OC, because it really should be Gretchen and Tamara, but I don't think they're going to put a friend of there. But yeah, Guerdy and Julia, or Lisa and Larsa, it should have been. Not Alexia. She should not have first seat. I mean, all right, you're getting divorced. Okay, you have been for 2 seasons.
Right.
Or
I know.
whatever.
Alexia
On
and
the
Stephanie
breakup.
it doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Doesn't make sense. Also, she announced that her new I Love My Dog song was released, and she has a deal with Peloton. They have the rights to all of her songs.
That's right.
Like, okay, great.
She said, so you can ride me on Peloton.
That's what she said. She's a nut, Adriana.
She
I don't
really
know.
is.
So we'll have to wait and see. Next week is the reunion. I'm really looking forward to it.
I am too. And I hope we don't have to wait until the 3rd episode to see what this big bombshell is, personally.
You know we're going to have to wait.
I know. I hate that. Hate it.
So until
I'm still
next
gonna watch. I just want to know.
No, I know. Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.